Heads. I'm Patrick. Kevin. And we're here live at the Let's Play Gaming Expo. So it's a little different for us, but really fun. I'm having a blast here. I don't know about you guys. If you're not here, you need to be here or get in the chat because get in here.
This has been really impressive.
I just realized we're on mute. So, welcome to the Let's Play.
Welcome to This Week in Our Collective Heads. I'm Kevin. This is Patrick. He messes up the electronic stuff. I find the news, and I do my stuff off camera so that you can't tell when I'm messing up.
Yeah, exactly. We're live from the Let's Play Gaming Expo, hence the little quirks here and there. We're also still learning a couple new
special microphone.
We've got some news for you. I apologize for the sound. It is booming here. It is rocking.
It is.
We've got an arcade over this way. They're playing Smash Brothers over here.
We've got Guitar Hero kind of off in that direction, and like a DJ. We've got a speaker guy going up all over the
Yeah, it's fun. It's really cool. Yeah. So welcome to the stream. We talk about E3 a lot this week, and we'll probably keep talking about E3. But there was other news that was not at E3. It was elsewhere.
Right, and you were talking about how Sega did a thing, and like I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah, Sega had a news conference, and while we talk, I'll pull up some stuff from the Sega news conference while we talk about other stuff. But E3 basically buried a lot of this news.
Yeah.
If you weren't at the conference, if it wasn't at the conference, or your name wasn't Nintendo, you didn't get talked about.
Yeah. So now we're going to cover all the news because like we talked about the conferences, Ubi and Microsoft and like all of them, but like even they had announcements that weren't actually at the show itself. Major Nelson tweeted out that Left 4 Dead and Portal 2 are the two big ones that are backwards compatible this week, which is awesome because Left 4 Dead is a whole lot of fun. Portal 2 is an exceptional puzzle game. They also had Flashback, Babel Rising, and Brain Challenge. I assume Brain Challenge, like Flashback and Babel Rising could be almost literally anything. Brain Challenge is probably going to be one of those puzzle games where it's like you try to figure out logic puzzles, word puzzles, that kind of thing. But yeah, they're continuing to pump out the backwards compatible games, besides even the ones that are for Xbox Gold and stuff. But yeah, those start going up. The Mass Effect Andromeda protagonist was also revealed to be Riley, which we'd seen a picture, like somebody had paused one of the trailers and it had like dog tags that said Riley on them, which, wasn't confirmed. It was like, hey, this is a thing that might be thing. So apparently this is going to be the new Shepard, and that's how everybody will refer to him, her, until we kind of wrap our minds around this new character, because it's not going to be a proxy for Shepard. This new character will have their own development and storyline, but right now, all we know is the name.
Yeah.
So, that was kind of the starting. One of my predictions, and we will need to do the predictions and figure out the scores and stuff later. One of my predictions was that they were going to do they were going to tell us the release date and give us an actual date for Crackdown 3. They did not.
Nope.
And some of this news, was hard to find. This one got buried. Like they didn't talk about Crackdown 3,
nope.
And then they did this little quiet post as like, hey, Crackdown 3 is a 2017 game now. Don't get mad.
Not 2016 anymore.
Yeah. So that's been
come out
bumped out. And like if you look at some of the stuff that they were doing with it, like Crackdown 3 is supposed to be the game that demonstrates how the cloud helps you and makes games better for you and everything. So it is a bizarre and monumental game that they're working on.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you're going through a new game, a new system, there's going to be hiccups and stalls that you didn't foresee.
Yes.
And if you're trying to create the first game that's going to run on a console, because like PlayStation has their streaming game thing. That's a thing that exists. Crackdown is an amalgamation of you're playing this game here, but whenever when it hits the fan, basically, we're going to run the building destruction elsewhere and send that to you. That sounds like a nightmare. and they're still figuring that out. So I have no problem with this. I mean, give it to us when it's ready.
We don't want this thing to be broken. We don't want this thing to be broken. I apologize if you can hear that. I apologize if you could hear that. I'm going to put the headphones on so I can kind of monitor this.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's some overhead that is going on every now and then, and I apologize about that. I'm a big fan of Crackdown.
Crackdown is a cool thing.
Yeah, it's fun. Let's see if we can actually bring it over here. I think it's even better. So, Crackdown is a really fun game, and it is unapologetically over the top. When you're this super cop thing with a super suit. I love me some super suits. So, I'm okay with them waiting to get this thing right. Yeah. So, let's see. What else do we got?
Do you care about the Dynasty Warriors series?
No.
Okay, most people don't. I do. I love me some Dynasty Warriors and just smacking bad guys and throwing my halberd out all over the place.
Sure.
Like those games are just mindless fun.
Yes.
I like them. The ones for the next gen system, the Xbox One and PS4, have been all right. Dynasty Warriors Berserk looks like it's going to push into a whole new genre, or not a genre, but a new category of crazy.
Yeah.
And the Musou games are always crazy, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this. But I know that most people don't care, so I won't harp on it too long. I'm excited. If you like Dynasty Warriors, you can also be excited about it.
You know what? I'm not a fan of. I mean, it's not that I'm not really a fan. I didn't really get into it. But For Honor looks like everything you want in Dynasty Warriors, but better. So, like, why get into Dynasty Warriors when I can do it in For Honor and I don't have to be a samurai? I can be a Viking. I can be a knight, a Knigget. I can be whatever I want.
Yeah, but I'm going to choose the samurai anyway because the samurais are cool.
Samurais are really cool.
So...
But it'll settle the bet who would win in a fight, a Viking or a samurai.
Well, it's whoever has the least lag.
Okay, true. I was going to say, the Sega News Conference, the only thing of note, as I pull this up on my phone because it's on Christian Today, is the thing. Sonic is going to be in LEGO Dimensions.
Yes.
And new trailer for the game, Sonic Boom, Fire and Ice.
Wait, I thought that came out already. Like that's one of those that like you dismiss immediately. So every time it comes up in news, you're like, oh, I guess that was a thing, or is a thing, or will be a thing.
This is the 25th anniversary for Sonic.
Yeah,
is this year. And what everyone was hoping that they would do would be some decent remasters on the new systems, but even better, relaunch the series, relaunch Sonic, reboot it, and do a really good modern Sonic game, which amounts to basically a Crash Bandicoot.
Okay, you were saying a remaster. I would like an enhanced graphical version where you zoom out a little bit more.
Like the faster you go, it zooms out?
Yeah, because like the 2D platformers, like you can go crazy fast, but like if you don't know the level, you can't possibly react to these things in time.
Yeah.
So I feel like that if you zoomed out as you got faster, you would still be able to react and like yeah. And then the other thing is a procedurally generated 2D Sonic.
Ooh.
Why do we not have that yet?
That would be cool.
I would buy that.
It would be really cool. I would love a procedurally generated Sonic game. I think everyone would. People who haven't even thought about that, I think, would be drawn to it. Procedurally generated stuff is awesome. Ever since Diablo, that's just been the thing.
Like the gameplay of Sonic is simple enough that procedurally generated can be done fairly easily.
Yeah, it can.
Like you don't have to go overly complicated and like. you know, you hit a place and you do like 3 loops in a row, and then you do a corkscrew and enemies and spikes, and like, yeah,
exactly.
And then you've got rings, so even if it's kind of busted, it's fine. I'll just pick up 1 ring and continue on, like we all do.
But would it be a 1 ring to rule them all?
Yeah, the big one. Yes. And then it's a Chaos Emerald to rule the ring, and then they get joint custody of Sonic. I don't know how that dynamic works.
So really, Bilbo and Gandalf should have gone after one of the Chaos Emeralds instead of going for the 1 ring, because then they could rule the ring, and then Gollum would just do whatever they want.
Or they could have given the ring to Sonic and just let him go and just zip through everybody instead of this, the walking.
The walking was going to happen, though. Everyone says, why didn't you call in the Eagles, right?
No. You can't get into Mordor
with
just
flying in
with
Eagles.
no. The
He's going to
distraction
see
and everything. Yeah. Okay, so you don't see us get mad that often, but when people bring up, like, oh, well, obviously this, like, we're gonna go hardcore into the lore, be like, no,
this is why it
that's
doesn't
not how that works.
This is why it doesn't work. So I guess to start off, we always talk about the backwards compatible games, because no one tells you what games are going to be backwards compatible. So we're going to tell you what games are going to be backwards compatible, because Major Nelson just tweets them, and that's all he does.
Yeah, and I already did that. While you were screwing around on your phone.
Oh, while I was on the phone.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad you did that, because I was busy.
Okay, so do you have any theories on what Flashback or Babel Rising could be?
Nope.
I didn't either. Okay, moving on.
Flashback, I hope, is like an 80s dance game where there's no dancing allowed in the town, and you play a hero who tells everybody dancing's okay and shows them.
With a Michael Jackson cameo at the end.
Yes. I'd play that. Kevin Bacon needs to be in more games.
Okay. So Super Audio Cart is something that I had not heard of before, but apparently it's a collection of audio bits from 8 and 16-bit games that you can buy into and kind of remix your own stuff.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
That's really cool.
So anybody that makes music, look up Super Audio Cart, and you can get access to a massive library of sound effects, of music, and you can remix that to your heart's content. So I just wanted everybody to know about that.
And I'm completely down with that.
Yeah.
I mean, more
and
audio
send us your music.
Yeah.
I will listen to it. He will listen to it.
We will listen to it, and if we like it, and it's not too distracting, we'll put it on the show.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, if you make music and you want to be on the show, reach out to us on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and just let us know. Yeah. Let us know what's up.
And we'll put little text on the bottom of the screen that tells everyone that it's your music and not ours. We'll give you credit.
Shout out to.
Yeah. So we also got an open source VR announced, Razer.
Yes.
So, is this the company that does scooters?
I think so.
Because
it's Razer and somebody else. I forget who the other one is. It might be HDK.
HDK 2.
Oh, that's Hacker Development Center. Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And
I was just looking to see if it's the same.
Yeah, basically it's going to be kind of similar to the Oculus and the Vive, but for much cheaper, open source.
$400 open source, so it's the price point of a Sony VR, but open source.
Yeah, and I love open source stuff. Like it wasn't particularly viable when they did it, but the Ouya was a really cool idea.
Great idea.
And there is some really cool stuff that we've gotten out of that. Towerfall is one of my favorite party games where you get to shoot your friends.
And who doesn't?
These are necessary. Yeah. And so that's a fun game that showed up there and eventually came to other platforms, other systems. But open source is a really cool place to be. Just if you have time to just kind of run around and figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Walking Dead Season 3 was revealed, so we got to see a little bit more of this. We actually talked about this. Hey, we actually talked about a little bit about this on the news a couple weeks ago. Yeah, you got some candy? Sure.
Yeah, go ahead. Take whatever candy.
Go ahead. Whatever, however many you want. Take a couple. You're welcome. So we're doing the show live, so apologies for interruptions. We got some candy and some all kinds of stuff for people here.
Candy's popular.
Candy is popular. Everybody likes some candy. So Walking Dead Season 3 was revealed. We talked about this before, that Clementine is in the game, and everyone was saying, I thought she died, da-da-da-da-da. So not only is she...
Spoilers, she didn't.
Spoilers, she didn't. Not only that, but she's a little more grown up.
Right. She's like a young teenager. And so...
why are there still zombies?
Well, because they're never going to explain what happened, other than the fact that we're all infected.
Sure, we're all infected, but you're dead. So you're going to decay and rot and eventually not be able to move. So 4 or 5 years after a zombie apocalypse, if you can wait out if you can wait out like a year or two of a zombie apocalypse,
yeah, you're good.
You're pretty much good. No one talks about that, unless you're talking about.
But we do.
We do. We give you this information. So just wait it out for a year and you're good. Unless you're talking about a contagion that doesn't necessarily completely kill you.
Right.
You're talking about like the 28 days later stuff. You're talking about
the Last of Us zombies. They have an
zombies.
active fungal infection.
Exactly.
They are still alive.
Yes.
They're just brain dead.
They're zombies, but not zombies.
Right.
These are zombies. These are
dead bodies animated.
Yes. So in this case,
And that only lasts for so long.
it only lasts for so long before they all start dying off.
That was one of the things I really liked about the book version of World War Z.
They actually go into that.
Yeah, and one of the things that they do that's really fantastic is they. I'm sorry, somebody's cosplaying as Auron.
Hold on.
You do
Hold
the
on.
stream.
We're live.
Okay. Let me go ask permission real quick.
I already did it. Too bad. Yeah. Got some awesome cosplay here.
How's it going, everybody?
Pretty good, actually. Sorry, it's not omnidirectional. There you go. Now you can say hey.
How's it going, everybody?
So we're streaming live from Let's Play Gaming Expo. You having fun?
I just got here, and so far I'm enjoying the environment a lot.
It's a blast. Did you check out the arcade?
No, I haven't. Like I said, I just got here, so I'm just like, oh, everything. Where is everything?
There's too much. Yeah.
Too much overload.
It's fantastic. I love it.
It's my first time in here, though. I'm enjoying it. I might have to come back again next year just for the first 10 minutes of me being here.
Yeah, it's our first time too. So it's a blast, though.
It is. It really is.
Yeah. Cool. So you got some live cosplayers here. Yeah, we're gonna get a picture for Twitter as well. So if you're watching live, yeah, you got to see some really cool cosplay, and that'll be in the video. We're keeping everything on this. This is live. We're here. You never know what's going to happen. You never know who's going to show up and start talking to us. As we kind of go through here, I got to see Portal 2, Portal gun and everything. The Portal gun was fantastic too. Yeah, really cool cosplay over here, as you can see. For every cosplay that we stop and talk about, trust me, there's like 2 or 3 more that we haven't. There's some really cool stuff. I don't know what Crystal Star's dressed up as, but it's awesome. She was Peach yesterday. Crystal Star's right next to us, hanging out and streaming on Twitch too. All kinds of cool stuff going on.
And also, once I get down to my goal weight of 165, I'm gonna do a show as the Riddler.
Yeah.
Because that is one of my favorite cosplays that I have, but I'm too fat to fit in it.
You'll get there.
So.
You'll get there.
Well, there's just a shortage of green pants.
They only come in certain sizes.
Yeah. And so I have to get back down to one of those sizes.
Yes.
So.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
You get there.
I'll get there, and we can all celebrate together.
Yeah. And another thing we can celebrate is Kingsglaive.
Yes.
So that's coming out on August 15th. And a limited release. I'm totally gonna go watch it if I can. So we get delayed in the video.
Yeah.
It still says we're streaming. It shows you like this though. Yeah, let's refresh that. Making sure the stream is going well.
It's important.
It is. Cool.
So, yeah,
I think we're
we're
good. We're good. So yeah, Kingsglaive. So Kingsglaive is the Final Fantasy. It's the Final Fantasy movie.
And it
Based
takes
on
place
15.
right, but it takes place before
Yeah.
when King What's His Face is coming to power.
Exactly, and by completely different.
King Sean Bean.
Yeah, but completely different voice actors, which is really unfortunate because we want those same voice actors. The voice actors that they announced for the movie are what we would love.
Sean Bean,
Yep.
Aaron Paul, Lena Headey.
Yes, I want those people to be in the game.
Well, okay, if they're not going to be in the game, don't put them in the movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Because like the movie is a cool thing. The only people that are interested in this movie are the people who are interested in the game.
Yes.
So
We like consistency.
yeah, and so it's going to be awkward when we come upon the king for the first time in the game.
Yeah.
And it's like that's Sean. Oh, not Sean Bean.
Not Sean Bean.
And yeah.
I think it's awkward and it sets a precedent, especially coming out with it first.
Yeah.
You're setting a precedent saying here's to set up the game, here's to set up the story, and while you're doing that, you're showing us it's bait and switch for voice actors at least.
Very much so.
And that's really unfortunate. I got announced Oxygen Not Included was actually announced as well. So what do you know about this game? 'Cause I didn't see it.
Oxygen Not Included is from the people that brought us. Oxygen Not Included is from the Don't Starve people.
Okay.
So
Is this the sequel, the quasi sequel?
No.
Okay.
This is it's like a space type thing where you're trying to maintain this decrepit ship and like areas will fall into decay and
Gotcha.
you have to get away.
That's cool.
And Don't Starve is one of those games that I love it because like the first thing you do is you go and you're like, oh, look at this world. Oh, it's getting dark. I can't see. I died.
It's Minecraft,
And then it's like,
even more depressing.
try again.
Yep.
And it's I like games that kind of let you. That's my kind of puzzle game. Like, because I appreciate Portal 2. It's not for me.
Sure.
Because banging my head against a wall, it's not really my thing. But being able to have just kind of this environment where things make sense, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll gather up some sticks and I'll gather up, and like as you progress in Don't Starve, you slowly, one piece at a time, you adapt to the world, and you learn the new challenge, and then you take what you've learned and move it forward. But there's actual gameplay in between that, because you can die during the daytime.
You can. Yeah.
So
we'll change our background real quick, by the way.
So yeah, I'm excited about the idea of those guys. I believe it's Klei, Klei, and
that's the makers of it.
Yes, and they're the people that have done the Don't Starve, and they're the ones doing this. They have something else, I forget what it is, but yeah, I'm excited about that idea.
I just like that background. We're in Hyrule.
Yeah, you sit in front of the church.
I do sit in front of the church. Yeah, so I'd say Don't Starve's not a game that I got really into. I know some people that really did, but it's like Minecraft, but more depressing and harder.
Yeah,
and
prettier. Yeah, I really like their art style.
Yeah, it's almost like Tim Burton-esque. Creepy, dark.
Yeah, like I like the monsters and everything. And this Oxygen Not Included has a very different art style, but considering the way that they let the game teach you how to play.
Yes.
And for me, that's what I want. Don't give me a tutorial. Don't give me this stuff. Just let me play your game, and I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And if I can't, I probably don't want to play your game. That's just me.
I agree.
But yeah, so this looks like a really fun deal.
Sorry, I was bouncing around. I was trying to pull up something else. Just reminded me of the game. I don't know if we talked about here. I thought it was at Ubisoft's press conference. Maybe it was Microsoft's. The one that was basically it's like a journey across America, like but it's like random, like procedurally generated areas that you stock up on stuff. Like think like post-apocalyptic Oregon Trail. You didn't see this?
No.
Okay, hold on. This is worth it.
Okay. One of the other things that we got, which was somehow not revealed on the Nintendo stream, was a release date for Super Mario Color Splash. October 8th is when that's coming out. And I don't understand. Is anyone in charge of marketing? Like, is anyone planning this, or are they just kind of spitballing? Like, I don't get it. But that is a release date that exists.
I don't think they know what they're doing at all. Yeah. By the way, where is my... I thought we had these.
He's going to keep looking for stuff. Anybody that played Gravity Rush, we got a new trailer for Gravity Rush 2, and it looks phenomenal. You get to turn gravity on and off and like kind of go, like you get to just do all these different things, and so you get to land on any surface, and it's just amazing.
And that's bleeding through. So when he yells, we'll have to wait. It's bleeding through a little bit. I apologize, guys.
Okay.
Trying to make it easy for you guys to
So when the voice of God comes in, we shut up.
Yeah, pretty much. There was another game though. I'm trying to find it. I can't remember the name.
You want to kick it back to next week then, or if we can find it later?
Is it Overland? Yes. Overland.
Okay.
So I'll play the trailer while we talk about this. This is Overland. So this is basically depression. If Oregon Trail was even more depressing and post-apocalyptic.
Okay.
And you'll get to see some gameplay coming up right about. Yeah. Here we go.
Okay.
So you're going around all the tiles. So as you move your car or whatever,
right.
that's your area. So you can scavenge. You can choose different things to load up. Here's your roadmap, and you're going across the United States.
Okay.
I love the style. I love the art style. I love how it's very minimalistic. It's like, here's your tile. This is your environment. Is this like, what amounts to like I don't know what, like a 100 by 100 foot thing, and that's it. And it's simple, it's straightforward, but at the same time, like there's probably gonna be a lot of resource management stuff on there. And it looks like probably one of the coolest things that they showed that I did not expect. So it just reminded me that we were talking about the whole don't starve thing. Okay, we got Mario Color Splash, Gravity Rush 2.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
Very pretty. The new Bound trailer that came out was really cool. Right. I actually think I still have that too. I do. Boom.
Yeah, this game looks like a lot of fun, and I'm glad that Santa Monica is continuing to find these titles.
Oh yeah. Amazing art style and really inventive, really creative stuff.
Yeah.
Which I'm really excited about.
And I don't know. It just looks so. It looks unlike anything I've ever seen before, and that's honestly enough to get my attention. Like if you give me something that I've never seen before, and this is something that I've literally never seen before, then yeah, you have my attention. And yeah. And if you get to end the game by becoming a member of Cirque du Soleil, so much the better.
That'd be cool. I turned off our music, by the way. They're playing some music pretty loud here, and it's kind of bleeding into the stream, so trying to make sure it's clean as possible. It's pretty busy here, so we're trying not to have too much kind of noise blend in here. What else we got? New voice of Kratos.
Yes. Kratos has been
versus Machiavelli on Project MTV10. Wetzel versus Machiavelli on Project MTV10.
speaking of voices. But yeah, Kratos has been voiced by the same guy, but for the new God of War, it is a literal new God of War. This is Kratos, but it's not.
Yeah.
And so it'll be a different voice. I have no problem with this
No, I mean,
because
I don't
it's a
have a problem at all.
reimagining of the character, but it was kind of strange because the previous actor spoke up on Twitter and he was like, "Hey, let them know what you think of this." And I'm like,
It's a different guy.
Yeah.
It's not like Solid Snake where you actually have. Sorry. It's not like Solid Snake where you actually have a new character,
new
it's
voice
existing
actor for the
character.
exact same character.
That's a problem.
This is a reimagining of the character, and I don't know. I like this idea.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be an actor from Stargate SG-1.
Yep, and I actually got his picture. If you guys want to take a look. So if you guys watched Stargate SG-1, that's him. And if you were ever curious about the guy who did Kratos before, I'll pop his picture up here too, because we're live and we can do these kind of things on the fly.
Super fancy.
Super fancy. And it is right here, which is probably one of the coolest pictures of him. Usually he's got glasses and is nerdy and stuff, but great, fantastic actor. So to me, I don't care.
Project MTV14. 09 versus Boyko on Project MTV14.
No one cares.
Somebody cares, but only
Somebody
one or two
cares,
people at a time.
But those people should be over there. So the competition that they're. So. That's actually not too bad.
Yeah, that guy's not too bad.
The other guy.
Okay, we're not going to talk about them anymore. We're going to keep talking about news.
Yeah. So. I don't have a problem with it. It's a different character. It's a different character. It's a different land. It's a different mythology.
Yeah.
Who cares?
But it was just weird to me. Like, I get that. Like, I understand his irritation to a point, but it was just a really weird story for him to come out and be like, be angry about this. I mean, totally in character, but it was just kind of a weird story that I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
What's the next one?
It's actually Persona.
Yay, Persona.
So, sorry, I was this freaking guy. Are you done?
We're not going to talk about him anymore.
I'm sorry. So,
J13 and Thorax to the rear TO station. J13 and Thorax to the rear TO station.
so they announced that Persona, the Western release of Persona, is not going to include the Japanese audio.
Yeah, and you didn't care about this.
I don't care.
Okay.
There's a lot of different reasons that I don't care, but the biggest reason is when I'm playing a game, my eyes are popping around to different things that I'm doing, and I don't want to read while I am engaged in the rest of the story. Now I don't mind this when it comes to anime.
Yeah.
I don't mind it when it comes to foreign films. I prefer original dialogue at that point, and you can put.
And I get J13 and Thorax to the rear TO station. J13 and Thorax to the rear TO station.
And see, this is the default. You know, you get your voice acting going and everything, but like, anime is a very select group of people that have specific desires, and so it just irritates me that we're not given the option. So that's just me. But yeah, so I'll still be playing it, but it is a little bit less exciting.
Well,
because I like to get absorbed in the anime side of Persona.
especially with Persona, we're talking about a game that is so Japanese.
Oh, it's and I'm really grateful.
Japanese,
Yeah,
and it's good.
The localization has changed like nothing.
Yeah,
and I really appreciate like some of the necessary dialogue changes. Yes, but like when you talk to people who are able to play local, like Per Schneider from IGN,
yeah,
one of their heads, he speaks both English and Japanese, and German, and probably I don't know. That guy's cool.
Yeah.
But anyways, so he was talking about like the way that Persona works. Like they will still tell you, they're eating ramen, and they're going and they're getting drinks, and they're doing whatever, and it's just it allows me to kind of absorb myself into the culture.
Sure.
And so like during the gameplay, English, yeah, maybe I'll appreciate it there more. But Persona has more cutscenes per square data bit than almost any other game, and that's the fun part for me. Yeah. I like the gameplay. I enjoy doing that, but like the story and the anime within the game, or the game within the anime, however you look at it, that's my favorite part. And so to be able to watch that as an anime would have been something that I would have enjoyed more.
Sure. So, I'm grabbing the next news on this. So, Neo is getting a second demo in August, and Neo is an interesting one. I thought I had the trailer for this, but I don't. So, for you guys that don't know, Neo was announced in 2007.
I think 6. We did a story on it.
Yeah, we talked about this before. They announced it before before Demon Souls came out.
Yep.
And now it's coming out, and people are like, "Oh, it's
Mr. Pickle versus Disney on Project MTV 11. Mr. Pickle versus Disney on Project MTV 11."
So, sorry, I gotta wait for that. Neo was announced before Demon Souls, but when
Alright, Melee Singles Top 48 is beginning. If you are in Melee Singles Top 48, please report to G Rabbit and the Max Neo desk by the Melee Station. Raise his hand right now. Everyone in the Melee area,
please be patient.
point out your friendlies when he does TV sports tournaments, and we will call your matches.
Yeah, we get it. We get it.
All Melee friendlies, all these Melee setups. Yes, that means you. Exit out. I will unplug your controller. I have been known to do it.
So, Neo was announced before Demon Souls, but now everyone's looking at that and saying, "Oh, this is
Demon Souls
it's
fun,
Demon Souls
yeah.
fun. It's a Dark Souls game." This came out before, well, it was announced before that. It's been in development forever. I still attest that this game is borrowing from the Demon Souls and Dark Souls model,
Yeah, definitely.
which is fun. New demos coming out in August. That's
Yes.
open for everybody, isn't it?
Yes, the first one was open for everybody. You could only play it on the weekend, and which did not extend to Monday, and I didn't realize that, so I missed out on it. And they also did a really cool thing where if you beat the demo, you get a little chunk of DLC for the
All
game.
Melee players, listen for your matches.
Like that.
These are numbers 1 through 22. We won't need all fraternities, but tourney matches take precedence. I'm about to start calling matches. Please listen for your name. On Melee TV 1, can I get Champion versus DMT? On Melee TV 2, can I get Blitzbolt versus Pat Combo?
Is he announcing 22 TVs of matches?
Yeah, they're pretty much. And the unfortunate thing about this.
Melee TV 3, Zap 101 versus Cassidy. On Melee TV 4, JF versus Mr. Brandendorf. On Melee TV 5,
I get it.
Paladin versus Oz. On Melee TV 6, Aperture versus Nahani. On Melee TV 7, Druzy versus SJ.
We'll be right back.
Hold
On
please.
Melee TV 8, Broomstick versus Devaki. On Melee TV 9, BTS versus Jill. On Melee TV 10, Skate versus Boy the Boy. On Melee TV 11, Matt Dialect versus Bobby Grizz. And SWT Didact versus Bobby
Okay.
Grizz, TV 11.
Is it okay?
TV 12, Dawn versus MT. On Melee TV 13. Correction, Dawn versus MT, Melee TV 13. On Melee TV antennas. And on Melee TV 15, Sight versus S-Pop.
So this guy didn't actually bother our stream like at all yesterday, but it's louder today. And the best part was that the big tournament was yesterday.
Yeah.
This is kind
Which
of
went on fine.
It went on fine, and it went on until like midnight. But they were calling matches, they were announcing matches, like the entire time, and it wasn't this loud. That guy, all you need to do is talk into a microphone. See, we're talking.
Let it go.
We're talking.
Let it go. Be one with the wind and snow, or whatever the next line is.
I'm one with the wind in the sky is the next line.
Sure, yeah.
So we also got a. Sorry, as I go a little off pace. So the PS4 VR, the PSVR,
Right.
got a gun controller announced.
Right,
When
and
I
they were showing it off for the Farpoint game.
Yes.
Which, yes, and I forget who it was, but somebody was talking about the game, and they were talking about the first encounter at Farpoint. And I just
encounter at Farpoint.
Yeah, first episode of Next Gen for those of you who are into that, and I just got a huge kick out of it.
First appearance of Q as well.
Yes.
And one of my favorites. When I first saw this, I was working. I had it kind of off playing in the background while I'm working, and I kind of like glance over every now and then. When I could, I was listening, and I glance over and I see it, and I thought that they were using. I thought it was a peripheral for the PS Move, PS VR.
Yeah, it looks very similar. It's like this shaped thing, and it's got the little ball at the end, and that's how they track it. And yes, please.
Yeah.
And I thought it looked pretty cool.
I thought it was one of those plastic things, and I don't know if they're going to announce something like that too. So when the Wii came out, there's ridiculous amounts of peripherals, the cheap plastic $15, $20 peripherals.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought this was. You snap your controllers into these sections, and then you have your movement with your right hand. There we go. Movement with your right thumb, and then you're going over here, and then you go boom, 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 boom. So it'd be cool.
And it's going to be one-to-one motion, which they said was really, really important for them. And I love that.
If you're
that
in
is
VR,
fantastic.
it needs to be one-to-one.
Yeah.
When you do this, it does this. It doesn't go. That doesn't work.
Exactly.
For mice, that works, or mices, or mouse, whatever you call it.
For the Mies.
For the Mies. So Gears 4 cross-buy, cross-play, cross-save, including a 360 version. If you pre-order Gears 4, you're going to get 360 versions of Gears 1, 2, and 3.
And Judgment.
1, 2, and 3. Gears 1, 2, and 3, you get those. They are going to be backwards compatible. They are backwards compatible already.
Right.
So pre-order that, and you get pre-order Gears 4, and you get all those. Same thing with the Stick of Truth. Pre-order the Fractured Butthole, and you get the Stick of Truth.
Yeah. This is also kind of
Mr. Elms versus Jeff Foxworthy on Melee TV 18. Mr. Elms versus Jeff Foxworthy. Melee setup 18.
I looked. That's not actually Jeff Foxworthy. But
All right.
yeah, so yeah, basically you're buying it. You get cross-buy for the PC.
right.
It's a big thing
And
that's touting.
this is the thing, because like Forza and Gears are both going to be the PC Anywhere, Xbox Anywhere, whatever thing.
Those are the first two.
I keep forgetting what that's called, but yeah. So this is the first bit of that push, but I really like that it's across everything. It's
Yeah.
not just you buy it here, you get it there. You get to actually have both.
Yeah. So let me
And
see if I can find Xbox Play Anywhere. Is
Okay.
The brand for that, which makes sense. They're taking the Xbox brand and putting it on PC for Windows 10 only.
right. So yeah, that's the thing.
That works though. What else we got? So
Oh yeah,
I almost read that.
don't, because that is not acceptable for publication.
No. It's not.
So I got really irritated at Square, and the headline reflects that. You can find that headline in the show notes. But they went to Tabata and they said, hey, so Kingdom Hearts 3, yeah. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 for people who haven't played, who want to get into this series because it is back on PS2, and this is very much a continuation of that. And you're releasing games with outrageous names like Dream Drop Distance and 354
Dreams
divided
don't
by half.
die, 3.5.
Yeah, and I actually know the name for this latest one, which is Kingdom Hearts. I knew it. Hold on. It's Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue is the name of the game. No, I'm not going to buy that. I'm not going to play it. I want to play 1.
Whatever.
I want to play 2.
Yep.
And then I want to play 3. That's how I want to play my games.
Yeah.
And so give me those on PS4.
You're not going to get it. The best thing you'll get is you'll get 1.5 remix, 2.5 remix, 2.8 remix. But then you get 1, 2.
Right.
But you also get Dream Drop Distance, Dreams Don't Die, Pigs Don't Sleep, whatever the heck they're called.
Unless it's already happening, and I get Stereo Kid versus Hyperflame on Project MTV5. Stereo Kid versus Hyperflame on Project MTV5.
So,
but the important thing is
you get
Kingdom
1 and 2.
Hearts 1 and 2 are not available on the PS4 right now.
No, they're not.
That's an issue.
They should be.
Alright.
All right, what?
Wii U Doubles is about to start. If you are in Wii U Doubles, get ready for the match to be called. You're going up to top 4 before we start on the stream.
Cool. So if you're not here at the Let's Play Gaming Expo, that's them announcing Smash tournaments. The Smash tournament's still going on. They've been going all day yesterday and today, and it's really cool. It's just kind of loud everywhere, and I really wish that they would localize it around there. I think they're trying to make sure that people can listen, can be over here if they're not playing.
Right.
But pay attention, and then just be over in that area if your game's coming up. Come on.
Owen in the chat says that Dream Drop Distance is a great game. Cool, but I'm not going to start with Dream Drop Distance.
No, start with
I
1.
want to start at the beginning and go through. And this is another one of those series that I'd really like to play with the girls.
Yeah.
Because they would love the crap out of it.
Absolutely love it, and it would get them when they're older.
Daily matches that should be happening right now. If you hear your name and you're not currently playing, come to the rear TO desk. Shady versus DMG. Livables versus Pat Combo. Mr. L's versus Jeff Foxworthy. Sam 101 versus Topsity. JF versus Brandon.
No, never.
Paladin versus Oz. Aperture versus Tahani. Druzy versus SJKF. Boomstick versus Navaki. BTS versus Dill. Skate versus Roy the Boy. Didac versus Bobby Frizz. Dawn versus MT. Mountain versus Sam.
Now they're competing.
Don't talk about
Ladies and
it.
gentlemen, be sure to report your matches to the rear TO desk. If your opponent doesn't show up, let me know.
Cool. So,
But yeah, no, I haven't played the Kingdom Hearts games. I played it. I didn't particularly care for the style, and so I just kind of bypassed it. Now I'm interested because I want to play it with the girls. That makes it exciting and interesting for me where it wasn't before. So
I think we got the volume where it shouldn't interfere too much.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll just keep going. I'll put it up if we have to. I'll just keep my headphones on.
all right,
So we also got a Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix was announced.
right.
Which is fantastic. You played the Rhythm Heaven
I
games.
I played the demo, and it's I think he increased his volume.
That guy. Okay, so. Let's see, can I bring this a little closer?
Can I get Mr. Brandendorf to Melee TV 13? Mr. Brandendorf to Melee TV 13?
Maybe. Can you hear me? Hello? I
So-
think that actually may be better. Yeah, let's just
Okay.
keep going.
All right, so yeah, like the stories really do intrigue me, but I'm a little more open to different experiences than I used to be, and Kingdom Hearts is a very different experience, and so I'm willing to try them now where I wasn't before, but I want them on my system that I have, and especially if you're going to release sequels. We can move on because we already went to the next.
Actually,
we went to the next news thing, and I just brought it back.
we did bring it back. Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix.
Yes.
Go ahead and keep talking.
It's a bunch of mini games, all rhythm based, obviously, and it's fun because like you can do like sumo quests and like puzzle things and like just all these different things that are a lot of fun. It's a great collection of mini games, unlike Little Deviants, which is a bad collection of mini games. But yeah, so this is a thing that's out and coming, and yeah.
Sorry, so my wireless keyboard's having issues, so I'll just talk to you here in responding to whatever's going on in the chat. And that'll just be confusing for people later. What else do we get? Rhythm Heaven.
The Xbox post, it's the post-conference messaging, and we talked about this a little bit. I'm not going to harp too much on it, but what happened was Phil Spencer was talking about. He mentioned tens of millions of Xbox One users, which to me is 20 million confirmed. I'm just going to take that and run with it. He said that there are some slight upgrades to the Xbox One S, but not as far as gameplay. You have to do kind of a funky thing to get Kinect working, and so like if you're looking into buying an Xbox One S, first don't. Second, research it and figure out what's going on there and if that's going to work for you.
Scorpio may be what you actually want.
Yes, Scorpio is what you want.
Depending on your budget. Because I still say Scorpio is going to be, I say $5.99. Chris was on yesterday, he thinks $4.99. Either way, they're going to lose money.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be $5.99. It's a lot, it's more expensive. But I think that's
it's still a lot cheaper than a PC though.
It's cheaper than a PC, yeah.
But anyway, so in an interview shortly after their press conference, Spencer said they were asking about who's this for and 4K and all this stuff, and he said, well, if you don't have a 4K TV, Xbox One Scorpio is probably not really for you. You're not going to see that much of a benefit. And people went,
What he should
really?
have said. What he should have said was, if you don't have a 4K TV and you don't have HDR TV.
Okay, but you're going to tell me that you're getting all this extra processing power
For the S.
From the S to the Scorpio.
To the Scorpio.
No,
you're going to have...
Yeah, he said, and like load times, like you just put more RAM into a thing, you're going to get better load times, better... Like it's not there will be sections where it won't lag. There are going to be benefits, and that's part of the cluster mess that this whole thing is.
I think the problem was what they were doing was it's Phil Spencer not understanding how to market Xbox. He's the best person that they've had.
Yeah.
But he still sucks.
And it's also a very confusing situation because you in business speak you need to be able to say, okay, this is a clear. The Scorpio is the better system. It is superior to the other one. But you can't say that when you're trying to sell the other one.
What they should have said, it's actually not big enough to talk to. What they should have said was Xbox S, the Slim, it's 4K capable. So instead of buying a 4K Blu-ray right now, buy that. It's smaller. It's HDR as well as high dynamic range. If you guys didn't know what that was, the high dynamic range is better range in contrast and colors. So it is really great. But your TV may not be able to handle it. I have a 5-year-old TV. When did I get mine? 4 years ago?
I don't know.
Well, you
didn't consult me.
Okay, so it's like 4.5 years ago. It's like a 6-year-old model. It doesn't do high dynamic range.
Okay.
And it was a top-end Samsung LED 3D TV. 6 years old doesn't do high dynamic range.
Yeah.
So there's people who don't have 4K. There's people who don't have high dynamic range. So that isn't going to matter for them. The objects on screen, loading time, yes. So that's what he should have said. And is it really bad that I listened to him and I thought Reggie would have done a better job at this?
No.
Reggie would have done a better job to say, you know what?
No,
Here's the two things.
No, I'm not even.
He might
going
be
to try to.
wrong, but he'll at least get you excited, or try to get you excited about the thing that he's selling you that you don't really need. They're like, oh, do you hear what he said about the NX?
No.
They interviewed him about the NX, and they said, well, everything that
Nintendo needs to fire Reggie.
Nintendo does need to fire Reggie. So they were interviewing him, and actually Review Tech USA talked about this. Review Tech USA, if you're not on there, if you're not checking them out already, check him out on YouTube. Sorry, we got people streaming this while we're doing this. So if you're not watching them, check him out. But he was showing a clip of Reggie Fils-Aimé, who was saying, Fils-Aimé, whatever, and he was saying, okay, NX is coming out, but the Wii U is still good. But what he basically said was, he was asked the Xbox Scorpio and the Project Neo that's all coming out, how's the NX going to stack up? And his response was, it's not about specs.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
all about games. And if
It's
we
all
have
about the
games,
content.
It's all about the content. And then they played a clip of him in 2013, and they said, Wii U's out, but the Xbox One and the PS4 are coming out, the specs have been out on that. How do you feel? And he said,
the processing power of the hardware really doesn't matter. And I say that with confidence looking at the most recent generation of home consoles, where the Wii, which the broad industry looked at and said, boy, this seems to be underpowered, but sold 100 million units globally. And the consumer saw the innovation of the Wii Remote and the active gameplay we offered. Even if you look at the generation before that, it was Sony's product that was underpowered compared to the other two home consoles, and yet they won that generation. So in the end, it comes down to the games. The games drive the install base. The games excite the consumer. And again, we feel very good about the games we have, not only from a first-party perspective, but from a third-party.
Fils-Aimé, working for Xbox, would have come out and tried to convince you that if you have an Xbox One, you need to buy an Xbox One S now, so that you can get the HDR. Then you need to put the Xbox One Scorpio on top of that so that you can play 3 games at a time.
which is just stupid, because we all know the Scorpio would go on the bottom.
No, dude, Scorpio's on top.
You're going to put a Scorpio on top? It's going to be like a upside-down pyramid.
It's a sex show. Come on, get with it.
Oh.
But it was subtle, so the kids can watch the channel.
Kids didn't catch that.
Anyway,
Okay, I'm glad the stream is back. We were just talking about, I don't know if you, tell us, did you catch what we were talking about Reggie working for Xbox? Because if you didn't, it was fun.
it was going to be weird. One of the other things that was revealed is that Final Fantasy 15 can be played kind of turn-based, because you can pause it and queue up commands, kind of like you did in the first Dragon Age, which was one of the best things about that particular style of multiplayer action. Is you could set up a plan and then let it jump into motion, and it worked out really, really well there, and so I hope.
think it's interesting that they are allowed
Yes,
to
and
do that.
thank you. Oh, and they did bring it back in Dragon Age Inquisition. That's why we don't play Dragon Age 2.
Yes. But I'm glad that they brought it in there. They give it as an option. But to me, I feel like if they're going to go action, they need to go all in.
Well, they
Completely all in.
They have, but they're giving you this option. Make it like I'm not going to use it, but I appreciate it because I think it will open it up to a wider audience. For me, options are pretty much always better.
Yeah.
And so if you put this where it's a little bit less confusing, like if you get overwhelmed during a battle, and you're like, okay, hold on, pause. okay, what's happening right now? Because like in the demo that they showed, they had like Niflheim soldiers, Titan, and your entire crew attacking.
Yes.
Those could get a bit overwhelming, and they can make battles more complex if they give you the option to pause it if you get overwhelmed. And that's how I see this.
I could see that. I could see that as an option, but at the same time, I like that feeling when you're in a specific situation like that, and you're overwhelmed and you have to deal with it. Borderlands on the arena kind of thing that with the skags, right?
Yeah.
That was cool. Whitney hated it.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Absolutely.
Not gonna lie. I can see that. All right.
So, sorry, I was just kind of looking at the text. Severed's going cross-platform over the Wii. This one thing that was
also
really cool.
Also to mobile.
Also to mobile. Yeah.
Severed, I've been playing on my Vita, and it is a fantastic game. It's a really great game. I highly encourage you to check it out, and I love that Drinkbox made a Vita exclusive, even when Sony stops doing it. But I'm also very happy that this is being exposed to more people, because like Guacamelee was an outstanding title.
Yeah.
And if it had been a PlayStation exclusive, I would have been kind of bummed that more people didn't get to play it. But yeah, so Severed is coming out, and it is the best touch control based game that I think I've ever played. Like you swipe through the enemies to damage them, and it's really well done. It's really well balanced. The puzzles are good. The combat is exceptional. The story is amazing. The art and music. The music is not quite as good as Guacamelee, in my opinion. But like the artwork and the art style are really, really wonderful. And I highly encourage you, when this comes out to a device that you can play it on, please play this game.
Yeah. It's fantastic. When I saw that it was coming out for Wii U, I was ecstatic because more people need to play this game. As much as I liked that it was a Vita game, it was a Vita exclusive, not as many people have them.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to me to see that going over there. So we also, probably one of my favorite bits of news here was that the PlayStation VR is going to have setups in Best Buy and GameStop where you can go and experience PlayStation VR in person.
Without waiting in line for 2 hours.
Yes. This is one thing that it's hard to show people how great it is if you're just watching on TV.
Yeah.
You need people to put the VR set on and play the game for them to understand how good this is and why they need it. Why do you spend $400 on this thing? Are you going to use it? Well, you have to try it. It's like 3D TVs. You need to go in and look at it.
Right. Yeah. And then you can buy something else because 3D TVs are not really that great.
They're not worth it. I think I've mentioned on the stream probably many times. I have a 3D TV, and we used it twice to watch stuff in 3D. And then June, she was a puppy, she put on one of the glasses. And actually, I should just rephrase that. She didn't even chew. She just picked them up and took them under the table to kind of nuzzle, but it was enough to destroy the lenses.
That's a bummer.
So I was like, okay, I'll buy some more glasses, but I never had a draw to go buy more glasses.
Right.
Because I never was watching anything in 3D. No one needs it. Let's see, so Skylanders Netflix is coming, which Skylanders, to me, they're the first in the Toys to Life style, that business model. And I love Skylanders because I love Spyro.
Yeah, Spyro.
That's really what it boils down to.
And yeah, Spyro will be the draw for the series for me. Also, Norm Macdonald's going to be in it, and I like listening to that guy. Like,
I love Norm.
As an actor, he's pretty cool, but like his voice is like his
deadpan.
Yeah, and so yeah, I'm looking forward to this. And Netflix, so I can binge it and watch it in 2 days.
Exactly. And your girls probably love it too.
Yeah.
But you know what's going to happen? They're going to hear that there are toys. They're going to want the toys.
And I'll tell them maybe later.
Your girls aren't too bad about that.
No, they're not, and they also they have actually been saving their money to buy Lego Avengers.
Oh, they
and like
have.
whenever I come home from on the road, I'll bring home the change of whatever I bought that week, and I'll put it into they have this big jug of change, and I think they have enough to actually get Lego Avengers. But like
fantastic. They love
they've
Lego
been
games.
saving for it, and I really like. I'm using that as a teaching moment, and
Yeah.
so if they want to try to convince me that I need to buy Skylanders toys, they're going to save for them because I'm good.
I like that. So Surge was announced, and I could have sworn that I do.
Can I get JF versus Hit on my
Don't die on me.
JF versus Hit.
So the Surge was announced. This is a game from the makers of Lords of the Fallen,
Yes.
which I like. I like Lords of the Fallen. It's one of the ones we recommend in the Gold Plus Roundup. It's a pretty decent game for a indie game, and this game just looks fantastic. It's like it's a futuristic Dark Souls.
Yeah. And I like that because the Dark Souls style game has been almost exclusively fantasy, and so to see that in a futuristic setting will be really exciting for me, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes, but it definitely looks like something that could be really, really awesome.
Yeah.
And like I said, I mean, if they nail the gameplay, the setting is far less important. And so, yeah. But to see again something I haven't seen before, that style of gameplay with a futuristic setting, yes.
Yeah. Speaking of futuristic settings, which are quasi-futuristic, but could be present day, we don't know because we don't know when the zombie apocalypse is going to happen. But like we said before, just wait it out and you'll be fine. Those are tips. Dead Rising 4 is going to be exclusive for Xbox for 1 year.
And Moriarty actually pointed this out during the stream. He was like, hey, everything else has had Xbox One, Xbox whatever exclusive. This one didn't.
Yep.
And so
Colin was right.
Colin was right. And yeah. Now, I don't know if that means it'll actually come to PS4, but it will definitely be coming to Steam based on the way that these things have played out before.
Absolutely love that this is Frank West. Absolutely love that we're bringing back the photography aspect of this game.
Yeah.
That's one thing. I loved the first Dead Rising more than the other ones.
Yeah.
Now, that may be because it was in a mall, and zombies in a mall is just a perfect pairing.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best one of the best movies for zombies was Dawn of the Dead.
Yep.
Both the remake and the original. And
I like the candy cane crossbow. That's awesome.
the inventiveness of this series is really cool. So there's a little go-kart with electricity. He's driving around a vendor. I don't know what the hell that was.
It was a Triceratops breathing fire. What's so hard to understand about that?
I meant the vendor kiosk that he was driving around. It looked like he could.
Well, they're probably out of stock of whatever it is, so you don't need to know.
You don't need to know. Well, he had like little bobbleheads or stuffed animals on the side.
Yeah.
And then he had a plow on the front and just driving through. That's amazing. This is another example of why the great processing in games, the great specs for a console are important. It's not just the resolution. The amount of zombies in that game is phenomenal. When the Xbox 360 came out, and going through in Dead Rising and seeing 100 zombies, and they weren't a background animation, was insane. It was amazing. So, love it. Anyways, back on to other stuff.
Indigo Prophecy. Do you know this one?
I don't.
Okay, Indigo Prophecy is David Cage before Heavy Rain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it starts off with you in a puddle of blood in a bathroom.
Great place to start.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I always want to start my day.
Heavy Rain was one of my favorite games the past 10 years. The storytelling involved in that was phenomenal, and I cannot wait for more people to play this on PS4 because they talked about the PS4 version. It's not out yet, right?
Yeah, it's out.
It's out?
Yes.
Go grab it. I forgot it was out. I'm going to go grab it too and go replay it. Heavy Rain was a great story, and the branching storylines in it were really done well.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a branch at the end. There was a branch throughout the entire thing.
You make decisions have consequences. Yeah, so Indigo Prophecy is like their first foray into this weird storytelling thing going on. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I've seen like the opening little bit, and then I was like, you know what, I'm sold. I don't want to see any more. I'll try to play this later. And with it coming to PS4, there's a lot higher chance that I will actually do that thing. So,
And what I'm excited about, though, speaking of things I get a chance to play, one day we'll get to play what may be a new Wolfenstein.
yes.
So in the beginning of the Bethesda conference, a command prompt showed up, which I love because that's how you had to launch games back in the day.
Yep.
Command prompt launched, and they did I think it was an ls-l, was listing out all of the folders and stuff, and the new Colossus.
Right. It had was it old regime, new something or other?
New Blood, Wolfenstein, Old Order. I can't remember what it's called. I played it. I don't remember what it's called.
New Order, old something.
So it had a list of those, and then it said
New Colossus was another folder. Yeah.
and we thought they were going to launch that folder, that EXE, but they didn't.
Oh, it says if they make a new Commander Keen game as well, he will flip the F out. Yeah, justifiably so, because Commander Keen, yeah.
I don't know if they'll do it.
No, but it would be.
It'd be
Like, I mean, you could set a team of like a dozen people and be like, hey, make a platforming game with a pogo and a shooter.
Yeah, you could.
I mean, and those little one-eyed guys that you could squish, and if you killed them, you felt horrible as a person, and you were a horrible person.
Then there you go.
Yeah.
Cool. That's all for the news other than E3. Was there anything that we kind of talked about E3 as well, but was there something that you were hoping you would see at E3 that you didn't?
That game company. We still don't know what they're doing, and I still don't have the opportunity to give them money. I have already given them all the money that I can because I've bought all of their things, and it's cross things. So I don't have an opportunity to give them money unless I make another account and buy things again. And I love them, but I'm not that desperate to give them money. So they continue to be a mystery, and I wish I could have seen that. So, what about you?
Crash Bandicoot reboot sequel.
Just a new.
Yeah. Because what we got was Crash Bandicoot remastered 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
1, 2, and what is it? Dimensions. Warped. Yeah. It's not Crash of the Titans.
No.
That's not as good. 1, 2, and Warped, which is fantastic. I was hoping that they were going to reboot the franchise. Now, are we going to hear maybe more about that at the PlayStation event? Because PlayStation has their own
PSX, yeah.
PSX later this year.
Could
Could hear about it then. I don't know. That's what I was hoping. Pie in the Sky stuff is different. Like maybe them saying, hey, here's Zelda, and guess what? It's going to be out in November. That would have been great, but they're going to wait. They want it to come out with the NX as well, so. But anyways, we're going to kind of wrap up here and take a break. We'll be back at 2, and you guys can check us out then.